I'm gonna try to answer some of your questions now. This is from Soccer Sub Podcast. Will Argentina win the World Cup 2022? And that's in Qatar, right? Well, it's a long haul because this year's World Cup, the next World Cup, it's a different format. I think there's 64 teams in groups of 3, so they are definitely hot favorites. I wouldn't, because anything can happen. You'll never know. Messi could get injured. The whole campaign is gonna be a disaster. And you'll never know. The World Cup 2022, I would say, as of right now, Argentina is certainly the hot favorites. The thing is, what is scary about Argentina right now is that those players playing in the Copa America, their weights, especially Messi, the weight has been lifted off. So sometimes when there's no pressure is where they're gonna perform to their full potential. Example was Italy. No pressure, right? We were talking about France, we were talking about Belgium, we were talking about Belgium's golden generation, we were talking about Ronaldo and Portugal. There's pressure over there in their group, England, England, maybe their route is definitely the easier of the two brackets, right? But still, there's a lot of pressure on England. But there wasn't for Italy that much. I think it started when, for me, I can actually see the semi-finals was the only pressure that when they went to penalties and they're gonna meet Spain. Spain is their boogie team, I think, because in Euro 2008 and Euro 2012 they lost to Spain, right? So the demons are not there anymore. So right now, I think Argentina, they are definitely the hot favorites going into the World Cup 22. In terms of winning it, I'm not one to say because it's still a long way to go. But if we were to talk about World Cup is the next month, Argentina will win it for sure. Yeah. So hopefully that answered your question to one of my friends over on Instagram, Soccer Sub Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to them as well. Go over to 433 Podcast Football under followers. You can search for it. Soccer Sub Podcast. Love their show. They talk about a lot of Euros and the Champions League and the current footballs that is going on. So love it. Shout out to Soccer Sub Podcast as well. Let's go over to the next question. Who's the most handsome footballer? Okay, this is the first. Okay. Handsome footballer. No, I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, he looks good and everything, but I don't think it's him. You know what, though? I was talking about this to the other day. I think it was not long ago. And Antoine Griezmann, without his hair, the short hair, man, he looks like the devil. He looks like, he's got very nice eyes. I'm trying hard not to sound like a fanboy here, but I think Antoine Griezmann is, maybe Giroud and Griezmann are the most handsome footballer currently. But of course, if you want to talk about of all time, I think Beckham, he's a heartthrob for sure for all the girls. But a lot of people don't talk about Antoine Griezmann that much, I think, because in terms of people who did not watch football, they don't know who Antoine Griezmann is. But yeah, he's pretty much good looking as well. Gerard Piqué, he's quite a. There's a reason why he landed Shakira. Messi is quite good looking, but the thing is he's not the. He doesn't look like a footballer, like a Raul, that kind. But my gosh, man, he touched a football. He may not be the most handsome, good-looking chap in world football, but my goodness, he is one of a kind. But yeah, to me, it's got to be Antoine Griezmann, Gerard Piqué, or Olivier Giroud. You pick, all right? Okay. Next question is, who's the most exciting footballer in Singapore right now? Well, I'll tell you what, though. I keep up with Singapore football, but not that much because I think I got friends there, and I try not to cover some of the matches there because I think I may sound a little bit biased, especially in one of the episodes that the Singapore fans is it's I'm not happy with how the fans have reacted to it, but you know what though, I think Shawal Anwar, he's a winger. I think I watched some of his matches when I think if I'm not mistaken it was it Hougang? Yeah, I think Hougang against Geylang, I think. Yeah, so he's an exciting winger. The thing is for me is like it's very difficult for me to judge because all I know now is that in the meantime I see Shawal as one of the most exciting talent here in football. Yeah, I guess Shawal is. Yeah, I can't think of any though because everyone is like kind of like average right now. But because I see him, he's daring to do these kind of things, and he's kind of like the up and coming talent to watch out here in Singapore football. So yeah, Shawal is my answer. The next question here is who's gonna win the World Cup in Qatar? Well, I think I just answered that. Yeah, but if the World Cup is next month, I think Argentina will win it. But anything can happen between now and 18 months time, and hopefully hopefully all the players are available, with the full potential because this is gonna be a long tournament. It's gonna be 3 groups, if 64 teams, not 3 groups, sorry, 3 teams. In a 60 group A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and 64, they make up 64 teams, and then the round of 32 knockout round, and then the round of 16, and then the quarterfinal, and then the semi-final, and then the final, and so on. So it's gonna be a long tournament. I think it's very interesting to see where Belgium will hit. They need to regroup. Belgium. Some of the golden generations will not be there for sure. I think France got a lot of things to settle about, but of course all eyes will be on Argentina, on Italy. They just won one of the biggest international tournaments since the pandemic starts. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm not gonna answer this one because I think it's a ridiculous question. But if the World Cup is next month, it's Argentina for me. Anyways, that has been just the question. Some of your questions will not be answered. I'll be posting it on social media, on our Instagram. Please follow us, 433 Podcast Football. You follow us on our Instagram, and then there's a link to our YouTube page, and subscribe there as well.